Welcome back. In this demonstration, it's going to be long because it is a very long process. We're right in the middle of the nostrils. And so I'm going to go from one side all the way across through the side of the nose, through the nostril, through the septum. And I just wanted this continuous video of this real time because it does take time, and that this is exactly one of the reasons why Chilkat is takes so long. So right now I'm doing the braid tails for the side of the very edge side of the nose, and I'm going to be adding another yarn, and that yarn is going to be a two strand that's going to eventually run in the white space below the cheek design. So I get all these braids together, and then I add that one extra two strand that I'm going to be using. So I got those weavers, and now I'm taking only one of the white, and then I'm adding this extra strand. Now that strand is a little larger because it doesn't need to be fine. I'm using a yarn that hopefully will match these things. Oh, okay. So I've decided to put the extra two strand white onto the black side. And now I do a half twist, and I'm collecting the green, black, and a single white braid tail in the green side, the blue-green side, when I make this connection. So this connection will lock in that yarn that I just added. And I always like to anchor after I've made a connection. I like to anchor the and weave to the right, anchoring. So that helps me keep tension with my connections there, my joins. And you can see that I really want to expedite these demonstrations, and so I'm doing a bit what they call a lazy line. So I've made a turn right there, and when I come back to finish the edge of this object, I will just go as far as that turn and then turn. So that's essentially what you do, the lazy line on these big robes when you're doing the big, broad, black and yellow bands. So now I'm going to find the black that I picked up into that join, and moving it straight back once I find it, and then I break the pair above. Now the side of the nose is only 2 warps wide, but you still continue as you work breaking those 2 warps. Like once you're going to collect all 2 of them, and the other the next row you're going to split them in half. So now I'm going to attend to the braids on the inside of the side nose, and that consists of a fine white and a fine black. So I often think of moving across these areas where I'm doing joins, then weaving, doing joins, then weaving. I feel like I often think of a baton racer where you're handing off the baton. So here I'm picking up the white weaver, and I'm going to do a half twist and picking up the weavers of the side nose and picking up the white weaver and the black braid on that side. And then I go behind one because I want to split those little black sides of the nose. I pick up the white weaver, and the one that got included in the join always goes to the back. And you're always putting its partner somewhere so it doesn't get confused with the braid ends. Okay, so now I'm gonna approach this joint from the left, and I'm getting to the septum, and I see that the last time I went through to the septum I had broken those two apart. So now I'm combining them, and I do something here that's kind of strange. I do the half twist ahead of time. That's kind of unusual. I usually would attend to the braids before I did the half twist, but it works out. It is really important to keep good habits, good and make them habits so that you're sure next time you sit down in front of your weaving, you're sure of where you left it because you know your habits. So I did the braids. Now I'm going to pick up. I have to do it again too because I have to pick up that black, the braid tail of the fine black. Now I do the half twist again and pick up the white, and when I scoop up the white, I'm going to take the black weaver, the black and the white braid tail. So here I'd like you to take a look. Now I'm not going to go all the way to where I joined last. See, now I want to start working in the nostril. Earlier I said they weren't going to be round. They're going to taper towards the septum, and so that's what I'm doing here is a step towards what that's going to how that's going to happen. So I turned one in from where I had joined there before. Now I'm getting the black weaver of the septum, and because I paired them last time, I'm going to separate them this time. So off of screen, I've slip knotted them together because when you're working in all of these yarns that are laying around, you want to keep them straight. So I've slip knot those weavers on the septum side, and now as I attend to the braids here, so then I'm going to pick up the weavers of the white, and I'm going to weave to where the join happens. And when I scoop up the last of the white warps, I'm going to include that white braid tail. Now I do a half twist, and I know I'm going to scoop up the single last warp, and when I do, I'm going to include the white weaver and the black braid tail. And then I do a Naaxiin turn, and now I take both of those warps for the septum will be in that. I come back and I'm going to break up the pair above, and start weaving towards the very edge of the nose. So I always approach my joins from the left, so that's why I stopped weaving on the white. So I'm going to attend to the braids and do the braid action, top, left, right, and drop, and then the white braid, top, left, right, and drop. And now I pick up the black weavers, and you see I've got them slip knotted so I don't get them confused with the braid tails. And I scoop up the black braid tail, do a half twist, and now I pick up the white weavers. And when I take those last white warps, I'm going to take the black weaver and the white braid tail on the white side. Do a Naaxiin turn, split the pair above, and you're going to go that way. That will be the last connection, because remember on the right hand nostril we went in one, so the next time we get to this point we will be going in one. So and that's how you're going to have a tapered nostril. So we're going to go here, and with the last join of the row, we're going to take the blue. The reason why I've included and made this quite a long one is because I want you to know that there are a lot of steps that you need to do when you get to this point of the nose. There's like 2 or 3 times when you're going to do all of this, and that's why you can see I've expedited the side blue-green. I've done a lazy line technique so that I can just get into the meat of that nose, to show you that it's a long process, even longer if you bring the blue-green all the way over to the edge. So that's why I've shortened the blue-green edges for this demonstration. So now I have to add that 2-strand that's going to happen. That I'm going to need that 2-strand. So I've tucked it in the middle of the 2 fine braids there. So there, it's tucked right in the middle of the white. And so then I picked up the weavers. Or no, I guess, no, those are the braid tails, yeah. Okay, and then we're going to do that last join on the left side nostril. I always approach my joins from the left. So that's why I'm picking up the blue-green, weaving to the edge to where I'm joining, and I'm scooping up the black and the blue-green and the black. So you've got to be consistent. So that's why I'm going over there and looking to see what side did I put the 2-strand, the new 2-strand yarn. So I saw that I had scooped up only one of the white, So I've got the blue, the black, and the fine white. And then on the black nostril side, that's where I'm picking up and scooping up a black, a fine white, as well as that new 2-strand yarn. And when I make this connection, this join, that's going to lock in the white. So right now I'm searching for my weavers. I've got to distinguish which ones are my weavers. I do not want to accidentally pick up a braid tail and start weaving with it. So it's really important to take the time to make sure that every yarn you're working with is the yarn that belongs in the process that you're doing. So I found the black weavers. I scoop up, like I say, I've on that side I've taken that extra yarn and the blue weaver of the side and the black braid tail and the white braid tail. Double check, make sure I've got it right. And then I'm slip knotting it. And then I find the blue, green weaver that got included in that join. And I go straight back and then splits a pair above when it comes forward. There. And then I'm going to go a few rows off to the side to make sure that I maintain a good tension on that join. And here's where the lazy line comes in handy. I go and I'm going to turn one in from where I turned before, and that way when I come back to fill in the blue-green, that's where I'm going to turn, and while I fill it in. So I go back here and I pick up those two. Remember, I didn't have to deal with the side braids anymore because I had turned, and now I'm going to create the back and forth of the septum as I bring in the nostril. So that will be the point we return. Thank you very much for taking the time to, if you made it through all this time, then you get a sense of what you're going to be doing, and it's not a quick process, and you really need to take it slow, make sure you're handling the right yarns and everything. So I'll see you back. Thank you very much.